What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. So first things first, before we go ahead and get started, as always, I just want to go ahead and say first, thank you, God, for giving me another opportunity. Thank y'all, the Rich Gang family. And man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Go ahead and turn on post notifications to join the Rich Gang family, as well as hitting that like button. If we can go ahead and get at least 50 likes on this video, I would highly appreciate that. That is one goal of mine. But as y'all can see by the looks of the title and your screen, today I'm going to be bringing y'all the top 3 most rare, unseen, big man builds on NBA 2K22 current gen. Now first up, I got the facilitating 5 coming at y'all. Of course, when it comes down to this build, you have to go ahead and have some playmaking into it. So I decided to go with the pie chart with the playmaking as well as some shooting. Now, when it comes down to the physical profile, I'm going to go with the one that has a speed of 62, 57 for the acceleration, 50 vertical, and a 53 strength. Now, once we go ahead and go along as we finish up this build, I promise you, you're really going to see how special this build is going to be made. Now, with the finishing side of things, I'm going to go max out the driving layup and the driving dunk. When it comes down to the shooting, we are maxing out every single stat on this part of the build. Then, once we go ahead and get into the playmaking, I'm going to max out my pass accuracy, ball handle, and the post control at a 91. Now, do not worry about it just yet. These numbers are going to change once we do adjust the height, weight, and wingspan. But as you can see, a total of 20 shooting badges, 27 playmaking, and for the defensive end, we were able to get at least 8. Now, when it comes down to what we're going to be looking like for the body shape, this should all be based off of your own preference, but I'm going to go with either burly or built, and even if you want to, you can definitely go with defined. Now, when it comes down to the height on this build, I gotta be sure that every time I'm bringing y'all something, I'm making it exactly how I feel like it's going to be bestly made, as well as honestly going along with the meta that we are currently going into when it comes down to season 7. So all you gotta do is make this build to 6'9" for the height, drop the weight to the lowest for the fastest speed, and then finally for the wingspan. 91.0 is going to be perfect in my opinion. However, if you do want to go about this build differently, you definitely can do so. The only reason why I'm bringing it to y'all how I am is because I want to be sure that I'm easily and able to bring y'all the best facilitating 5 build, but it's still going to be usable. As you can see, we're going to be able to get at least a 70 ball handle if you do grind this build out to the max 99. Now, from there, even the defensive stats will get a boost, especially once you consider buying boosts, hitting 99 overall, and running with teammates that are going to have floor general and defensive leader. But you're going to be able to break ankles and speed boosts with the playmaking takeover and all the boosts taken into consideration. We also got the post scoring, sharpshooting, and the glass cleaning takeover. So whichever one you decide to go with, make sure it's all based off of what you feel like is going to be best for your own playstyle. For my liking, just to be more unique, I would either go with the playmaking or the sharpshooting. And let's go ahead and check out the build name to make sure what we got. And as y'all can see, we have created together the facilitating 5 build. Now, we got 2 more builds coming at y'all today, and if you made it this far into the video, man, go ahead and let me know in the comment section right now. Where are you tuning in from? What state are you from? West Coast or East Coast? And now, let's go ahead and get into talking about the second build lined up for y'all today. And just know that if you did make it this far into the video, I really appreciate y'all, the Rich Gang family, man. Y'all have continued to show out and the numbers are growing. And coming up at number 2, as y'all can see by the screen, we are making the point center build, which is going to be able to speed boost if you do max this build out, as well as get the potential to break ankles. Now, I'm telling you right now, this is easily the most rare big man build in all of 2K. So the first thing that you gotta go ahead and do is make sure that you put this build under the center position. Now, once we go ahead and get into the details, right here for the playmaking pie chart, I'm gonna go ahead and pick this one, and this is really the only pie chart that you can make this exact build out of. Now, if you want the maximum fastest possible speed, go ahead and pick the very first physical profile. As for the fourth one, if you want a higher vertical, more balanced all around, that would definitely be the one to pick, but for my liking, I gotta go ahead and pick the one with the most speed, and you're gonna see why as we do adjust the wingspan, as we adjust the height as well, and even the weight. But as you can see, when it comes down to the shooting, I'm gonna go with the mid-range shot of 70, 64 for the three-pointer, 78 free throw, and a post fade of 68. Now, total, that's gonna bring us up to 12 badges, but for the playmaking end, we're gonna end it off with 28, 11 for the defensive end, and then we're still going to be able to have some work done when it comes down to the finishing end once we do adjust the numbers for our physicals. So, body shape on this build, I'm going to go ahead and really consider you can go with compact just to be more of a Kevin Durant type build if you want to consider it that. For the height, I'm going to go with 6'9", and as y'all can see, we have gotten a huge boost put towards our physicals. Now, if you want to, you can try to make this build at a different height, but I'm telling you, the way that I'm bringing it to y'all today is easily the best way to go about it. Now, 193 for the weight, and then finally, that's going to bring us up to a total of 82 speed, and honestly, maxing this build out and getting that gym rat badge is going to put us at exactly a 90 speed. Now, the vertical is going to go up to a 70 essentially. As for the wingspan, go with an 88.0, and off rip, we are also going to be able to maintain the park dunks on this build. Now, once we go ahead and get into the takeovers, this is really going to be all based on your own preference. So remember, you're getting a plus 10 boost to that area of the build depending on which takeover that you decide to pick. And there's also a lot of people that have really not used this build when it comes down to current gen. I gotta go ahead and say, the more that this build gets out there, the better for everyone. I just want to go ahead and be sure to bring y'all the most rare and also the best builds when it comes down to current as well as next gen. So if you are here, man, look at the takeovers, we get the playmaking, post scoring, glass cleaning, and the rim protecting to help out on the defensive end. To be able to speed boost and break ankles, I'm going to go with the playmaking takeover just to go with the build name. And as y'all can see, together we have created the point center build, and we got comparisons of Bam Adebayo and also Karl Anthony Towns, y'all. Now, we have one final build left over for y'all today, and if you have made it this far into the video, man, thank you for sticking around and watching. I really appreciate y'all. But also, if you have not yet hit that like button, man, go ahead and do just that. That is honestly gonna help me out a lot. So the more likes, the better, and the more people are gonna be able to see this video. Coming up at number 3 though, the playmaking paint beast. Now, this is a very rare build at that, especially when you do consider what this build is going to be able to do on both ends of the floor. Now, for my liking, this is definitely the best, or at least one of the best all-around big man or center builds, whatever you want to consider it. However, I'm going to go ahead and make this build out of the power forward position. Once we go ahead and get into the breakdown of what we're going to be looking like for the pie chart, this is all based off of my personal preference, but I'm going to pick the one split with the finishing and the defensive, but we're going to get more finishing out of this build. Now, once it comes down to the physical profile, remember this should all be based off of your own preference. So if you want to go about this differently, you definitely can do so. But right here, as you can see, we're going to be able to already get a good amount of badges once it comes down to the finishing. We're going to be able to get an 89 club shot. As for the driving dunk, 91 and a 92 standing dunk with a 66 driving layup for a total of 25 finishing badges. Now, once we go ahead and get into the shooting, I'm going to go with a 62 mid-range shot just to be effective still from the shooting range. Then from there, I'm going to go with the playmaking and pass accuracy of 65, max out our ball handle and post control. We're going to be able to get 13 badges here, and then finally 23 for the defensive end. Now, really consider the extra badges that we're able to unlock from each season, as well as if you already have a few extra badges unlocked from grinding out each season as well. But the number one thing that I am most excited about on this build is that yes, there are multiple ways to make it, but this version, I'm telling you, easily the best all around, especially once you consider what this build is going to be looking like once you grind it out to 99 overall. Buy boosts when it comes down to the shooting, and also run with teammates that are going to be running floor general and defensive leader. So from here, as you can see, if you do go with the height of 6'7", you're getting a huge boost to your vertical as well as your speed, and even when it comes down to the strength, if you do decide to upgrade your weight. very well balanced. Gonna be pretty much at a 99 vertical with an 80 plus strength, y'all, 80 plus speed, and 80 plus acceleration. Now, we're also going to be able to get all of the contact dunks unlocked, which in my opinion makes this build that much more even better. And running with the correct teammates, you will be able to speed boost. Depending on the takeovers that you pick, that is ultimately what is going to make or break this build in my opinion. And you have to go ahead and max this build out to 99 overall. But man, if you did make it this far into the video, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications, hit that like button, and be sure to drop a comment down below. Where are you tuning in from? So as you can see, the takeover I'm going to pick is going to be the rim protecting, and we have made the best playmaking paint beast build. Again, before we get out, I just want to go ahead and say thank y'all for sticking through. Thank you, God, for this opportunity. And man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Hit that sub button if you're new. And with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.